Money is one of the most frequently argued about topics in relationships, as widely known. Now, money is a subject that couples frequently dispute, regardless of how happy their relationship is. Yet, if you are single and actively dating, discussing money is not always a bad thing. Now, relationship counselor Ngamane Karuaihe-Upi now joins us to shed more light on this topic. Now, Mr. Upi, money in relationships, does it matter if you're single? Does it matter if you're married? Does it matter if you're in a committed relationship? Should money really be a discussion that we should be having in relationships?
Yes. Because unfortunately, we live on a planet where money is the oil that drives the engine called life. Unfortunately. There were times when we used to barter. You know, you do me a favor, I do you a favor, and we are done. Now we do exchanges through money. So to buy bread or to buy a car or to buy clothing or to take trips, whatever it is, it's all about money. And so we need to then talk about how balanced, how settled, how stable we are in our relationship. Whether we are single, dating, married, divorced, whatever it is, we need to have that conversation.
Okay, so you concur that those in a serious relationship typically have, most cases, financial success other than burdens?
Not really, because I don't know how do you define serious. Because there are people seriously healthy relationships.
Okay.
Because there are seriously not healthy relationships. Yeah.
Maybe differentiate between the two.
No, there are people who are in relationships that are toxic. That's why we have GBV. That's why we have the type of abuses that go on in relationships. That's why some people allow themselves to be controlling and so on. It's not so healthy for your partner. You feel like you are in control and you determine, you are the boss and you dictate what money goes to and so on. How does your partner takes that? It matters because out of frustration, out of anger, out of revenge, out of all type of things, somebody can counter-react. And then we are like, oh, but I thought we were just fine. No, I'm tired of being your slave because you are the one who have all the power. So when we are talking about relationships, money is a good example of what power is. Through money, we exert power on our relationships. And so that's why we need to have the talk so that when we are talking about money, we're also talking about how comfortable we are in power sharing.
Now let's talk about, if you are in a serious healthy relationships, what are the possible benefits, what possible financial benefits exist?
Well, if we do our homework, you will get to learn that somehow they did research that says that, especially for where men is concerned, that married men live longer, they live healthier.
Why do they live longer?
Because they have a wife who nagged them into, did you take your pills? That cough, it's too bad. Go see a doctor. You know, those type of things. On your own, you know who we are. We're like, no, I'm a bull, I'm a man, I'm invincible, I don't feel pain. So on your own, most men run to the doctor just a day or two before they die. But if you have a partner, especially women, they are like, no, you don't look good, let's go make it. Most women make their appointments for their men. So it helps that you are connected. So you are healthier, wealthier, and you live longer because of the influence of a partner. The power sharing plays a role. So when we come to money, what we do, small things or big things, it helps to bring peace of mind within the environment that you both work in.
Now, let's talk about, for those who are dating, is dating just for financial stability appropriate, or is...
No. There are a lot of people who are financially stable, but emotionally they are not, psychologically they are not, intellectually they are not. But those things are, we use money to attract attention. We use money to hey, come here, I'll buy you this, you bought me that. But who are you in your head, in your heart, in your soul? So just money, it's not enough. Just love is not enough. But we need to create that platform where, besides money, who are you to me?
Right.
Besides this other thing, who are you to me? Because, as you may know, the rate of breaking up, even when it comes to people just dating, that they break up a whole lot more faster, more frequent than people who are married. But we take note, because we have recorded ways of, in dealing with marriage, we can say divorce is very high in Namibia. Generally, all over the world, divorce is very high. Why? Because people have not sat down to negotiate, to compromise, to sacrifice on how do we live life, especially through this thing called money.
Okay. Now, what would you discuss? What would you perhaps maybe be the best way to approach the discussion or topic of money, especially when you are in a committed relationship, or you might be in a serious relationship, or you might be cohabitating, or you might be married for that? What is the best way approach to discussing money
An
issues?
open, frank conversation about your relationship with money. Do you come from a place where you were deprived? Do you come from a place where money was abundant? Do you come where it was scarce? Are you a penny pincher? Are you a freeloader?
What is a penny pincher? What is a freeloader?
Some people, it's like money come, money goes. Easy come, easy go. We got money, we need to blow it. Some people say, no, we need to count every penny. These pennies are for today, these other pennies are for tomorrow, so that, how we just left January.
Yes.
How many people are talking about January's because of money? Yeah. Because you didn't prepare for it. Oh, school fees, how did you prepare? So we have different people in their different approaches to money is. That's why we need to have the conversation. How do we prepare for school fees, for groceries, for buying the car, paying the house, whatever it is? We need to prepare so we are not finding ourselves in a hole that now it's like deeper than some of the potholes in Windhoek. You don't want that. So that's why the connection. Because if we put money away for a vacation, and if behind my back, you go take that money and you go give it to your whoever else, it will bring in friction. And money is usually a source of friction for most relationships because we have not had that conversation about whose money is who. Your money yours, mine is mine, or is it ours? When we are dating, how are we carrying ourselves in dating? When we are married, is it in community of property? Is it out of community? And even if it is one of those things, how do we take care of each other? If we make money more or less the same kind of money, maybe fine. But if you make more and I make less, how do I get to be free enough to know that your money is our money, and because it's our money, we can go do that or that or that, without you telling me, no, you can't, because now you are the big boss who has to control.
Let's talk about the issue of money again from a perspective, especially that it's coming common in Namibia, that the illusion is that, not the illusion, but what is being practiced is that men must be the provider. Women are merely to some extent a beneficiary, and in most cases, if that is not done, it tends to cause a lot of friction. So, I mean, what is the solution, especially when it comes to relationships in Namibia? How should they start handling the issue of money? Because it seems to be causing more problem. I think you have also earlier alluded to the issue of gender-based violence. People are saying, I've invested you, probably over the number of years. Now you are leaving me for this other person because I can't, how should couples perhaps, really start addressing the issue of money?
Get to know, understand what is your foundation in the relationship. Why are you there? What is the purpose behind being together? And in that you include the role money was going to play. Men are providers. Actually, we're saying women are graduating more. Women are getting the bigger jobs. Women are more providing. So why should they just be seen as beneficiaries? There are cultures that says men must provide, we must use the money of the men, and the woman, that's just for her makeup or whatever. That's wrong. Because all that undue pressure on the men to have to provide when we could actually share the burden. So where are we to talk about, but why are we together? It is our house, it is our groceries, it is our children, it is our car, so we need to, if I'm not working, that's a different story. But if we are both working, we need to both contribute. Whether it is equally 50-50 or still a balanced way of 60-40, 70-30, whatever it is that we are both comfortable with. And when I'm using money, you don't come and query me and vice versa, because we have a clear understanding of how we're going to use money, how we're going to save money, and how money going to help us to have a healthier, fun-filled life for the two of us, or however many is involved, because maybe it's a whole family. I'm not talking about camborotos and side chicks and toy boys and so on. I'm talking about those people who have made that pledge, a commitment to want to live together. We need to have that conversation. If you don't know where I'm coming from, where money is concerned, I can present problems. Yes. And we have not talked about how to handle them.
Now, perhaps maybe an important question, and you did perhaps touch on this, is the issue now between love and money. Is money, and which one is more important? Is it love or is it money? Or is it being in love and being able to manage money together?
I don't do being in love. Number one, that's a different conversation. We need to be loving we need to grow in love and loving each other enough to handle life. When it comes to love and money, go for love. Because without love, money can be there and not be fruitful to the relationship. There are people who are surviving on this planet with love, no money. We have poor people all over the place. They take care of each other. Because when you're talking about love, you are talking about how to care, how to be kind, how to be compromising, how to be sacrificing for your person. Money is just money. Money is there to want to do the bling bling, want to show off, want to buy this, want to buy that. But it doesn't help us to build a bond, a connection. Love does. So you need love much more than you need money.
But you know, you frequently find Namibians making memes of saying, God, just test me with 3 million. I want to see what kind of person I am.
Because we live on a planet the way it's so artificially infused with messages that says, you need to be... You know how many millionaires are out there and are lonely and desperate for connection? There are a lot of people who are very poor with a lot of money. So money will not make you a happy, fulfilled, with a substantive life just because you have money. You still need that human connection. You still need to relate to others. And that's where love comes in. So you and your money, we will just abuse you. When the money is gone, what then?
You'll be alone.
You'll be alone in paradise, in an empty shell called your palace.
Well, thank you very much for making time to speak to us this morning.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now, that was relationship counselor, that's Ngamane Karuaihe-Upi, talking to us about the issue of money in relationships and just highlighting that love is much more important than money. And of course, you can be able to use money as an instrument to perfect that love.